Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
To Notary Educators with Kimmi. Happy Friday. How's it going? I had a few minutes. I am sitting in an appointment. Might be too much light. Okay, there we go. I thought I would go live for a few minutes and see what is going on in these notary streets. Didn't have a particular topic today. I was going to probably talk a little bit more about what I'm seeing going on in these training streets. Okay, or the lack thereof. A lot of people are still trying to learn the notary business in Facebook. And I talked about this extensively the other day. That's not the way to learn the business. It's not. So while I had a few minutes, I was just going to talk about why we don't want to try to learn in Facebook. Okay. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I am I call myself the #1 notary educator. What's up? Hey Sheila, I'm waiting on your answer in the group. We can talk about it a little bit here, but since I'm live, but I'm waiting on your answer. I did a little homework, but I wanted to get your piece of this, okay? Hey, Charlene, Sheila, happy Friday, Jennifer. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about attorney states. And Sheila is in mentorship. Sheila, I think it's you, right? Girl, my mind. Oh, you just got home. Okay, good. I'm like, girl, my mind, I got so much on it. Hey there, Sheena, how are you? Danielle. Yeah, Miss Sheila, while you're here live, and I'm here live too, because I don't mind sharing this with anybody. I'm not, what they call a gatekeeping or whatever. So if you're in an attorney state, there are times when an attorney has to be present. Okay, I'm in Georgia. Miss Sheila's in Connecticut. I read your state thing, Miss Sheila. I need you to read it because, like you said, you called the NNA, and the NNA is not going to tell you what to do. I don't tell people what to do. Yes, North Carolina is also an attorney state. So typically when we talk about our attorney states in real estate, if it's something where the property is like being refinanced, or if it's a purchase, not a seller's package, that's different. You got to know your packages. A purchase is also something if they have a loan attached to it. Anything like that where the person can be evicted because they don't pay. There are documents within those packages that have to be explained by an attorney. Typically, if an attorney is assigned, and this was too much to put in the chat, I was going to eventually call you, but you're here live, so you can go back and watch this too, if you need to. So typically, if an attorney is assigned, and I already asked you this in the chat, what were your instructions? They will assign it because the title companies and lender companies, they know their rules in their states. Now, like I told Miss Sheila earlier in training, we don't allow or we don't rely on other people to tell us our business. I'm the notary expert. I should not call the signing company and say, hey, can you tell me if I can do ABC? They're going to look at you like, what? So we need to know. Okay, even when you call the NNA, they're a resource, okay? The NNA is a resource. So they're not going to tell you, yes, do this, no, do that, because no one wants to accept that liability. You need to know as a notary boss, notary owner, what you can do. So we've already had this conversation, but now that I'm here live talking about it, okay? So Georgia is also very tricky. And there are some notaries that will not do loan modifications. Now, as I explained to you, Miss Sheila, earlier, the difference between a loan modification and a refinance, an attorney must be present for a refinance, okay, in certain states. Now, that's not all states, okay, but it's California, Georgia's one of those states, North Carolina. Those type of documents do require an attorney, and when it does, like I said, the signing company will, in your instructions, tell you, hey, attorney such and such has been assigned to assist you with this. Please contact the attorney. Okay, we're talking about attorney states right now. So we want to make sure that we follow the instructions. And again, I'm going to push back that you know what your state handbook says. Okay, so I want you to find it in your handbook, what you find about attorneys or mortgage documents or whatever, real estate. And I want you to put it in the chat, Miss Sheila, and then we're going to finish that out for you, okay? But as I stated earlier, I was pretty clear. When it comes to loan modification, you're not transferring the property. It's not a transfer of property with loan modifications. And again, some notaries may still say, you know what? I don't want to do anything real estate related. And you don't have to. How you run your business is how you run your business. You may say, and the state law is not going to be clear. It's not going to be clear. You can look at it, Miss Sheila, while we're live. Yeah, the state handbook is not going to be clear. And I love that yours is online. I love that our handbook, we have to order it. So first thing I'll tell everybody is order your handbook, not the primer from the NNA. That's not your handbook, okay? Not the book that I wrote, Start Your Notary Business. That is not your state handbook. Your state handbook comes from the state. The book that I wrote, How to Start Your Business, is just that. How to start your notary business in whatever state, okay? So again, your instructions will be pretty clear. That attorney sometimes will be on the phone handling it. You're doing the documents in front of you, but the attorney is explaining certain documents. Sometimes you're in the same room. It's kind of rare you're in the same room, though. Because if you're in the same room, unless the attorney is not a notary. So don't get it twisted, guys. All attorneys are not notaries. Okay? They're not. Some of them are, but some of them are not. So they're just explaining their part in the transaction, and then you actually do the notarization part. So that's why I always say, don't let nobody tell you that, oh, well, notaries aren't needed. My state is an attorney state. I've been doing this for 6 years, okay? I've been doing this for 6 years. There are certain documents, and I've already gone over those, refinance, purchase packages, where an attorney must be involved, okay? But then there are other packages like a loan modification, okay? That's where I was going with that. A loan modification is not the same as a refi. The loan modification is just changing some of the payments. The person is having some financial difficulties. Maybe they have to push some payments behind. They became very, very popular during COVID. So, for example, what is a loan modification? A loan modification is just that. It modifies the original loan. So the original loan was for like $100,000, right? Payments were $800, and now this person is having some difficulties for whatever reason. They lost their job, they're not working, and they said, you know what? Hey, I can't pay $800 a month. I could pay $600 a month, and then the rest of what I owe you, put it at the end of the loan. That's what a loan modification is. It just modifies it. So you're not changing ownership. Anytime you're changing ownership, even with a deed, I'm going to be extra careful, okay? Because it's a lot of deed fraud. Okay, what is deed fraud? I own the property, me and Jeffrey, my husband, and I said, you know what? I don't want his name on the deed. I don't want him having ownership anymore. Okay? I don't want him having ownership anymore. So I give me a notary over here, me and her in cahoots, or me and him in cahoots, and I say, I need his name off of this. They sign it, right? Should they be doing that and Jeffrey's not there? So that's where deed fraud comes into play, okay? So that's why anything with somebody's deed, I'm being super careful, okay? I'm doing the most. I do that anyway. You know how I do. But I'm being really careful. Oh, this poor little man. So Sheena says, yes, that is true. I used to do loan mods years ago. Yes, Sheila. So I've been doing this, like I said, for 6 years. And again, some notaries have chosen, you know what? I'm not doing no loan modifications. I'm not doing anything with property. But you will definitely be shooting yourself in the foot, as they say, because that doesn't mean you can't do anything with mortgages. You just have to know what you can do. We're not in handicap. Yeah, I want to make sure. Oh, this little man trying to go in his office. Okay. Oh, pray for him. The elderly. Let me show y'all. Yeah. We pray for people. I remember my parents, helping them and stuff. He's out here by himself. But he's doing the thing. So anyway, yeah, I had a few minutes, so I thought we would talk. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the mentorship program because I'm still getting questions on how that works. So, yeah. So that's it with the loan modifications. So thank you, Sheena, for addressing that too. And again, that's why I always say, guys, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. If you don't know, then you're going to cost yourself money. You have to know what you can do. And again, just calling the NNA or calling the signing company, that's not going to get it. We have to know for ourselves what it is we can do. Let me see, can I set my phone here? Is that going to work? Let me see. No, I don't think that's going to work. I have my selfie stick here. Hold on. I got a few minutes. And people hop on a lot on Fridays. Hold on. The camera gonna look kind of crazy for a minute. Hold on. I gotta get my stick together. Hold on. There we go. So yeah. Oh, there we go. So yeah. So I wanted to share that with you. Because you can be costing yourself money, and I don't want you doing it. Oh shoot. Y'all hear me making all kind of noise, right? Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. There we go. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Oh my God. Be patient, guys. Hold on. I think I need to put it on here and then try to do what I'm doing. Okay, let's try it one more time. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's see. I'll just hold it. But now I got my selfie stick. Okay. That's better than trying to hold my telephone. There we go. Perfect. Things take time. All right, so let's finish this conversation. So anyway, back to mentorship. A lot of people ask me still about the mentorship program, and they're like, they can't believe that for $27 per month that they're able to get their core courses that they need and live training weekly. Yes, it's true. It's true. I'm here to tell you, I wrote the course. Yeah, but you can join the $27 plan, and again, you can come to all the live workshops. It just doesn't include the live chat, and it doesn't include other courses. I mean, you get like about 5 major courses, and then you can come to the live workshops. It does include all the replays, and also the templates, marketing templates, everything you need to start your business. That's why it's called the startup plan. Sheila, what did you find, hon? Because I want to make sure you're good. I know this is even your first assignment, right? I'm excited for you. Can you show me the paragraph? Or since you kind of read it, what do you... It's under frequently asked questions too, Sheila, because I did look it up for you. And I don't have every state handbook, but sometimes I can access them online. So I did go above and beyond to look for yours. But again, I want you to know as the notary pro, because over here we notarize like a what, people? We notarize like a what? Like a what? Like a what? Like a pro. So you need to know. Okay, what questions do you all have for me while I'm here? Oh, back to mentorship while I'm waiting on your questions. So yes, for $27, you can have access to all of the, yes, Sheena, like a pro. For $27, you have access to all of the major courses that you need to get started. That's why it's called the startup plan. And I've been telling y'all all year, no more excuses. I got you guys. I want you to do well. I was looking for my water bottle. So, and then there is a $47 plan. Okay. That's all inclusive. You get all the bells and whistles, all the courses, literally. Even our apostille is included. You get the mentorship, live chat, the weekly sessions. Now, the best thing about mentorship with us, guys, it doesn't matter which plan you choose. We all meet together weekly. So it's not like the $27 people are over there. The $47 people are over there. You wouldn't even know who's who in the weekly sessions. And that's why I love calling us a family, because it doesn't matter what price point, it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. If you're looking to be a more confident notary, if you want to know what you're doing, not be in Facebook and not even writing signing companies. I did a video about, it was like 2 weeks ago, I guess, and I was like, how do you know you need training? It was really good. But these are ways that I know you need training based on your questions. What color ink can I use? You're writing a signing company now, asking, what color ink would you like me to use? You're in Facebook saying, what do I put here? And it's sign your name. You're asking, can I do this as a notary? And there's a notary block. You're asking, oh, somebody want me to notarize this contract, but it doesn't have any place for me to sign it. These are all things that you learn in mentorship, okay? These are all things you learn in mentorship. You should not be in Facebook trying to learn how to be a notary. Not if you want to be a successful notary, okay? Successful. You have to invest in yourself. You have to. Now, I have to tell y'all my new thing I've been talking about every time I go live, and I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm all about notarizing like a pro. It's not that complicated. You know all my sayings. But I'm going to add one more to this. Own something. Own something. Be about it. Own something. Own your notary business. Own a business. If it's not notary, so good. Whatever. Own something. I've been really watching the news recently, and I've always watched the news, but this has struck a chord in me for some reason. I did not know so many people, and matter of fact, so many women work for the state, the government. I didn't even know. I did not know it was a thing. It was a thing. Because I always worked, but I worked in banking. I worked at the hospital. I did not know working for the federal government was a thing for black women. I didn't know that. That a lot of women, African American descent, have government jobs. And now they no longer have them. Yeah. So what I recommend is own something. Okay? Own something. I want a little more light. Own something. Own your business. It's your business. Oh yeah, hit like for me, guys. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Own something. So Sheila is saying, I'm clear now. Purchases, refis, seller's packages needs an attorney. So Sheila, let me clarify the seller's package for you really quick too, okay? Now, if you get a purchase, a refi, or a seller's package from another state that's not an attorney state, okay? So, for example, if you're in Connecticut, your client is coming from Florida, right? Their house is located in Florida, okay? Their house is located in Florida, but you're in Connecticut. We're not going to tell that client, hey, you got to go to Florida to find a notary. But you do need to follow Connecticut's laws, right? In the sense of how you're notarizing. But Florida doesn't require an attorney. Florida does not require an attorney for those documents to be filed. So a lot of this is going to come with experience. So it's not that I'm double talking or whatever. And the more and more you're doing the work, you're going to understand it. So let's be clear. So if someone has a seller's package, they're selling their property in Florida, you're in Connecticut, you're not going to get a Connecticut attorney to assist you with the Florida property, okay? So just think about it like this too. Wherever the house is, that's where the law of the land with those documents are. But it doesn't change the fact that you're a Connecticut notary. So in my case, somebody's selling their property in Florida. They just happen to be visiting here in Georgia, and they say, hey, I need to get these documents signed. I'm going to facilitate the seller's package because an attorney is not required in Florida, right? So I'm not going to call a Georgia attorney and say, hey, I have a seller's package for Florida. Can you help me? That's not how this works, okay? Oh, Sheila, I'm so glad it looks like you understand. And that's why I wanted you to read it for yourself, because the NNA, they wasn't going to tell you what to do. They were not going to tell you what to do. I also cannot say, Sheila, go and do ABC. I can only explain it to you, and then you can decide for yourself if you can proceed or if you cannot. So again, with a loan mod, nothing's changing. It's just the terms are changing. Just the terms. So even in your state handbook, when you read that sentence, it says something about changing of ownership. I can't remember how it exactly put it. You may remember. Do you remember that line under the FAQ, Sheila, where it mentioned that about ownership? I forgot how I worded it. I forgot. What's going on over in chat? I saw we had something. Oh, Angela sharing some pictures. Okay. I was wondering what's going on over there. Yeah. So you see that line there? If it's transferring, like, so again, transferring ownership, transferring names, if the person can be put out if they don't pay, all that's going to require an attorney, okay? And even your deed signing, it said in your handbook, and nothing new, I already teach this. You want to be extremely cautious with deeds because it's a lot of deed fraud. A lot, okay? What other questions do we have while I am here? Excuse me, we talked a little bit about mentorship, what that looks like. Why is training important? Again, because you don't want to be out here willy-nilly guessing with people's documents. They're entrusting you. Even apostilles, people are like, well, you don't even have to be a notary to do apostilles. You don't even have to be a notary. Hey, Sheila. That's true. You do not have to be a notary, but you do need to know how to be a good notary, in my opinion, in order to be a good apostille agent, apostille facilitator, apostille, whatever words you want to put there. You need to know why. Let me give you an example. You might have heard this before if you listened to me any length of time. I had an apostille. The notary did not do apostilles that did the documents. They didn't do apostilles. They just notarized it. Hello there. Rochina, they just notarized it, right? They just notarized it. But they notarized it with their notary stamp that was expiring in 3 days. Well, my client was getting married, a destination wedding. I said, sir, when is the wedding? He's like, I don't know. So was those documents going to still be good? He didn't even know when. The notary that stamped it is expiring in 3 days. Nobody teaches that anywhere. Okay, that's the only kind of thing you can learn on the streets. You can't learn that in a book, okay? But because it's happened to me, I can teach you and you can know what to do and look for, because now I look like an expert. So I had to re-notarize the documents. Check out my apostille training course if you have not. Yeah, it's included in mentorship, the all-inclusive, or you can get the course itself 60% off. Coupon code is WIN. 2025. You can find out about mentorship at notaryeducators.com. Okay, all things notary, notaryeducators.com. So that being the case, if you're not a good notary and you don't know, oh, let me check the expiration date of the other notary, or let me make sure the other notary is doing their job correctly, your apostille is going to get rejected, or your client will take the apostille over to the other country for the destination wedding and then realize, oh, this isn't valid. Same thing with birth certificates, death certificates. You know, it's a lot of little nuances that you need to know that you're not going to just find it on the internet, even in a Facebook group, in a handbook. It ain't no handbook for apostilles, really. Not really. Each state is a little bit different. But they kind of work the same once you learn one. You get a little trickier with your Hague. And for those who don't know what an apostille is, it's when a document is leaving the country. So I have a document that's going over to China, Panama, Mexico. and it's leaving the United States, but before it does, it needs to have a higher level of authentication on it, okay? And that higher level of authentication typically starts at the Secretary of State level, typically. Depends on Georgia, it does not. New York, it does not. I can't think of the other state. It's like 3 that's not the process. Okay, it's just a little bit different, and it's just a wee different. And then that's the Hague country. A Hague country is an agreement. So the United States and Mexico said, you know what? You take our documents, we'll take your documents, a simplified way. Boom. But then you have what's called non-Hague. And non-Hague is like, you know what? We'll take your documents, but we're going to put you through the hoops. It ain't going to be that easy. You got extra steps you got to take. Okay? So that's the 2 differences between the apostilles. One, I like to call level 1, your basic run-of-the-mill. You got your level 2, couple steps involved. You got your level 3, which is a Mac Daddy. Okay? So, again, I do have a full apostille course at notaryeducators.com. Take your time. The website is designed in such a way, I hope it is, that everything is crystal clear with the descriptions. What you see is what you get. You have an option to do mentorship, or you have an option to purchase self-paced courses individually. You may say, well, I already know how to notarize. I already know how to do ABC. Then you might just need the apostille course, and that's 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025. Okay? What else do we have going on today? Any other questions while I'm here? So, Sheila, when is your signing? When is your signing? When is your signing? Let me know, when is it? And are witnesses required? 9/16. Okay, good. Very good. And this is your first, right, Miss Sheila? So tell me, is this your first, and are witnesses required? You just happen to catch me live. Are witnesses required? No witnesses. Okay. Oh, no, this is not your first, or no witnesses? Let's see which one. I can't remember if it's your first or not. Oh, 2 Connecticut are needed. Okay, cool. Do you have the witnesses already, Miss Sheila? Do you have the witnesses? And are you feeling more confident about accepting and signing after doing your research? And this is why I push back and have you do your own research. Are you feeling more confident that, yes, you can go do the loan modification, no problem? Let me know. Yes, she is providing them. Yes, I am. Yes. And that's why I wanted you to do your own research. Because, like I said, you can call the NNA, you can call me, you can call whatever, but you need to be able to say, well, based on what I read, da-da-da-da-da-da. And again, you're not doing anything to the mortgage. You're just, the company is just modifying the amount. That's it. It's not changing ownership. The verbiage can be confusing. Yes, Ms. Sheila. That's true. It's true. And that's why I'm glad we're here to talk it out together. And that's why, if you notice, I could have easily just said, yeah, go do it. I don't roll like that, because I want you, if I'm not here tomorrow, you still got to run your notary business. You need to know how to do it. I'm here to come in. That's what I'll talk about this a little bit. And I like that you're coachable, Miss Sheila. I really do, because somebody else will be like, why she can't just tell me the answer? You may have even thought that. But now guess who's a notary pro? Miss Sheila. Miss Sheila is a notary pro, because you did your homework. You did your investigation. We come together. We talk about it. And that's what coaching is. That's what a true mentor is. It takes longer for me to do that. The easy way is just to say, yeah, you can go do it. That's easy. It takes more time to actually teach you how to fish. Oh, you're so welcome. I appreciate you too, again, for being humble enough to learn the correct way. You understand? Because a lot of people, like I said, it ain't a lot, but there are people that love the mindset, well, just tell me. No, I can't just tell you, and I won't, because I want you to be a notary pro. So next time you get a loan mod, you'll be like, I got this. And you'll also be aware that, hey, where's this property located? And Miss Sheila, I will encourage you too, that now you're doing more signings, go back and watch the loan signing agent training again. Go back and watch it again. A lot of times what happens when people join our mentorship, because there's so much information, it's so much great information, they just go Zorro, zoop, and they're looking at all the courses all at once, all 16, just sit there and just binge watch. But that's not how you learn the business. Yeah, that's not how you learn the business. You got to go back and rewatch it, and it takes a little time. You got to go back and rewatch it, and that's what I always tell people. You might have watched the long signing course when you first started, but now that you're actually doing a lot more of them, let's go back and rewatch it, because we talk about attorney states over there too. So you might want to take a few minutes, since your signing is not until a few more days from now. Go back and rewatch the long signing agent course, and that's just going to make you even more confident. It's going to make you even more confident. You ever watch a movie and it's like I'll give you one, for example. One of my favorites is Gone with the Wind. And I watched Gone with the Wind I don't know how many times. I love Gone with the Wind, especially on a rainy day. There is no better movie to watch on a rainy day, Gone with the Wind, because it's long, right? But I swear, every time I watch it, every single time, I get something different out of it. Every time. I'm like, she did what? He said what? And I'm sure that's happened to you watching different stuff. Sheena says, this has helped me as well. I have gotten out in the field like Sheila, but I'm ready to get out there. Oh, I haven't gotten out in the field like Sheila, but I'm ready to get out there. Thanks for this information. Oh, you are so welcome, Sheena. When you get really ready, join the mentorship. I always say, when you get really ready to do the thing and you want, to have access and have somebody help you to be your accountability partners and stuff, we got you. And you see how we teach, again, we do actual teaching. That's why I call myself an educator, because I don't just tell you what to go do. You're going to learn what to do. And like I just told Miss Sheila, it takes time. It would have been easy. We've been talking about this how long, Miss Sheila? Because you had a lot going on. You had to go run some errands or whatever you were doing. And I looked it up. I'm actually at an appointment. I'm just sitting here now waiting on Jeffrey. Yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, you have to, I want you to know. So it was easy for me just to say, hey, Even when it comes to parenting, you ever seen some parents, they said, I've seen this before. Now, I grew up old fashioned. Like, my mama say something, you go do it. Okay? I could ask questions. I didn't grow up where I couldn't ask questions. I was watching something the other day. This lady said she grew up and she couldn't even ask questions. It was kind of like a dictator household. I didn't grow up like that, but because we could ask questions. My parents always was like, you could ask questions. It may not change nothing, but you could ask. So anyway, but I forgot what I was trying to tell you about growing up. Oh man, it might come back to me. But yeah, we could ask questions. Oh, that's where I was going. Yeah, even with parenting, you have those parents that sit, and especially nowadays, they sit and they're reasoning with the child, and they're like, well, Johnny, if you touch the stove, you are going to get burned. You are going to have to go to the hospital. You da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm sitting there like, what? I grew up like, don't put your hand on the stove. You're going to get burnt, okay? My parents was sitting there doing all that. Okay? Get away from the stove. It's hot. But nowadays, people are like, take their time. And that's just a simple one. But it could be any number of things where I see people and they go on and on. They're like 20 minutes. Well, Susie, such and such and such and such. And I'm like, what? Girl, please. What? Let's get to this. But then there are times when you have to explain things to people, So I'm the parent where I take the time and I'm like, I'm just saying parent, but I'm, since we was on that illustration, but I'm the person, I'm going to take time and explain it to you because I want you to win. I want you to win even when you're not part of Notary Educators. Why? Because you're going to go tell somebody, girl, I took Kimmi's training and it was the bomb. I took it. I don't need to know more, but I got this. And matter of fact, we find a lot of people are staying for community because we're just really a community and you always need refreshers. So people say, well, how long is the mentorship? The mentorship is as long as you want it to be. I have so many people that leave and come back. They leave and they come back, leave and come back, leave and come back. And that's all good. That's all good. We're going to be here. So, whatever you feel like you need. So, Sheila says, the one I did last week, the client said I was the third notary and the first two didn't show up. What? Sheila, you are touching my heart, honey. You are touching my heart because you work in the plan. And look at that. You were the third notary and you showed up and showed out, didn't you? You showed up and showed out. I'm so happy for you. For real. You can't make this stuff up. Sheila, I'm really proud of you. Actually, our first session that we do in October, it's going to be all successes. It's going to be all successes. Because we have so many wins. And we don't toot our own horns enough. And I'm going to make us do it. I want people to tell us where they started. I want you to tell me where you come from. I want you to tell me how many signings you've completed. You don't have to tell me how much money you made, because I don't ask people that kind of question. I just think that's personal. But you can tell me how many assignments and how do you feel about the training. So the first meeting in October, that's all we're talking about. Our wins and our successes. And I wish I had a way to compensate everybody some kind of way for everything that they've done. But I don't even know what that would look like, We do teach all 50 states. As you can see, Sheila's in Connecticut. I'm in Georgia. We have California in the house, Tennessee. We have a lot of Texans. But Sheila showed up and showed out. And it's touching my heart. Very good, Sheila. Thank you for sharing that too. Why the first two didn't show up? Who knows? But guess what? They won't forget. Oh, we called Sheila. Sheila was there. That's how you become preferred. That's how you become preferred. That's how you become preferred. Sheila, how long have you been in mentorship? Please refresh my memory. For a while. Shayna says, I'm already a part of the mentorship, but my name is Elisa Norris. Girl, you got so many names. Sheena. Oh, Elisa, I remember. And then you went by Lisa in the group, right? The other day. Is that you? Oh my God. I'm glad you're a mentor. See, I don't know because I don't remember. I got one person, TT Shower, and I can't even call her real name in mentorship because she's been here on YouTube with me for so long. And I always call her TT Shower. If y'all know who she is. She's Tashara in group, but I always call it, on YouTube, she's TT Shower. So I always call her TT Shower in group. Okay, Sheena, but let me know if that's you. Last couple nights ago, you were like, I go by Lisa. Let me know if that's you. Let me know. Hey, Brandon. How you doing? I've seen your name before. Brandon, hey, I'm in the process of getting my commission in Georgia. I'm enjoying your content. Looking forward to taking your courses. Oh, cool, Brandon. What part of Georgia are you? What county, if I may ask? And yes, we need more men. I really want Jeffrey to start doing more videos to encourage more men to own a notary business. Our men folk are not owning businesses as rapidly as our women folk are. They're just not. Why? I don't know. I think a lot of times it's stereotypical. Well, that's a woman's job. Old-fashioned notaries look glasses down like this. Hi, honey. Can I help you? Whatever. But no, men can be notaries too. Jeffrey's a notary, signing agent. Now in Georgia, the handbook says you can't call yourself a signing agent. But I'm in my car. I can call myself what I want to call myself. And then they say I'm a signing agent. But in the handbook, it says, we do not recognize that title. It don't matter what they recognize. I'm getting paid. Okay. But Brandon, welcome. And don't let it stop you, okay? Hey, honey, babe. How are you? Sheila said, yes, I did. No, it was Elisa. Okay. So there is a Elisa, and then there's a Elisa, and she goes by Lisa. Y'all try to confuse me. Okay, Sheena, I'm going to see, can I remember that? That is so funny. Nice to meet you. I'm in Fulton County. Oh, okay, Fulton. I'm in Gwinnett. I'm in Gwinnett. So yeah, you should be getting some of that Atlanta money out there. That's what I was saying. In mentorship the other day, somebody asked me, am I full time? I am full-time, and they were asking me, they didn't ask me how much I make, but they were kind of trying to see, can you make money full-time? The answer is going to be yes. The answer is going to be yes. You can do this full-time. I do it full-time, and I don't even have to travel to Atlanta. So that's what I was telling them the other day. If I was willing to travel to Atlanta a lot, then I could make even more money. But I will go to Atlanta, but I stay busy enough out here so I can service DeKalb, Gwinnett, Rockdale. I've been in mentorship since June 25th. Oh, okay, Sheila. Since June. And look at you. Look at how great you're doing. So June, July, August, September. It takes a few months. I'm just so ecstatic for you. Yeah. You're doing great. So yeah, I could service, like I said, DeKalb, Gwinnett, Rockdale. Oxford is part of Covington and all of that. So I will go out as far as Monroe. I'll do Athens. I'll go to Athens. That's like a full 30 minutes. I have driven out there. Oh, my bad. Athens is an hour. I got one company that I go out there for, Athens. But I really try to stay closer to home. I do. Hey, Ben Realty. How are you? Let's see here. Is your course good for Philadelphia? Oh, hey, Dawn. Yes, all 50 states. The course is good for all 50 states. Yeah, nationwide. We've been here on YouTube about almost 5 years, 4 to 5. And then we've been training about the same time. Because as soon as I started doing YouTube, people were like, can you be my mentor? And I was like, no. Because at that time, I knew what mentorship meant. Can you tell me what color business cards I should get? And I was like, So once I figured out how to do mentorship where it could benefit my people, my community, my family, my notary family, then I was all in. So just in July, we rolled out the entry point of the $27 plan, the startup plan. Prior to that, over a year, it was just the $47 plan, which was very successful. It still is. But I really wanted to make it accessible to more people. So the plans have been going amazing. Our mentorship is valid for all 50 states because your documents, as you can see, do not originate just in your state. I'm in Georgia. I get documents from Florida. I get documents from Pennsylvania. I get documents from New York. So I need to know how to be a great notary, period. Okay? Period. Not just for my state. Okay? So that's what we do. I even teach you how to notarize a piece of toilet paper. And I do have that video here on YouTube. Honey Babe says, you're welcome. Dawn, we look forward to seeing you soon. Do you have your commission, Dawn, already? Do you have your commission? And for my people that's in attorney states, like myself in Georgia, hey, I always say, if we can make it here, I hope this person could drive. Oh, I hate sitting in the car and somebody coming in next to me. She can. I just like to smile and let people know I come in peace. She's an older lady too. Hi. Oh, you're fine. I was just saying hello. Okay. How you doing? I'm doing okay. Oh, good. I was just saying hello. Are we getting ready to go? You have enough room? Yeah, I think I do. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, I got enough. Okay, we about to pull out right now. Oh, don't rush it. Okay. Get my change and everything. Okay. Guys, I be doing the most. I love people though. It's an older lady and she was getting too close. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Let me get out. I'm gonna have to get ready to end my live. But you can for Philadelphia, wherever you are, again, all 50 states. I'm gonna have to wrap up because I'm at an appointment with Jeffrey. He's coming out. And y'all know he ain't trying to hear me. Are you good? Oh, no, you got plenty of room. Okay. She's so sweet. Y'all know I'm partial to elderly people, missing my parents and stuff. Let me get these last couple questions. I'm going to have to wrap up. Let's see. Honey Babe says, it really does take time to get a basic notary. Oh, I'm getting used to basic notary, and I can say people calling me, but I work too, and I wish I was confident that I would succeed if I were full-time. Yeah, just little by little, though. It doesn't happen overnight. I had to build up my business. I talked about this the other day, too. I'll say this and I'll start wrapping up. On the 18th, you just got your commission. Okay, yeah, so you're still very new, very new. The mentorship will be great for you, especially Notarize Like a Pro. If you decide you don't want to do mentorship, check out Notarize Like a Pro. That at least gets you started, okay? And then you can just kind of see where you want to go from there. Again, all things notary, notary-educators.com. But what I was going to say is, I didn't leave my job. My job kind of left me during COVID, and I had something else to fall on too, which was my notary business. And that's why my new thing, in addition to notarizing like a pro, is own something. When COVID hit, and my hospital job, now you work at the hospital, you're not expecting to be let go, furloughed, all the little fancy words they want to throw in there. I work at the hospital, not me. Oh yeah, me, nurses, doctors, everybody. Everybody, not everybody, everybody. Okay, so I say all that to say that you have to work into it. You work into it. When I first started, my whole goal was to earn $25 a day, $600 a month. Little did I know, right? Let me get this last question here. So it's 2, and then we're gonna wrap up. Princess, hey Princess. Princess says, oh, it's a big old bug. What is that? Princess says, let me see. Princess says, make friends with other notaries, Honey Babe, and they can take the jobs you can't, and vice versa. Yes, I'm big on having a notary buddy. Yes, but again, you want to make sure they know what they're doing. I don't let anybody do my work. I only work with certain people, because you got to know what you're doing, or you won't have no business. We just talked about that in the mentorship the other day. Guys, I got so many stories. But that was just a mentorship. One of our notaries, Lori, shout out to Lori W. She got a call from a notary because they saw she was a 5-star notary. She knew what she was doing, and they trusted her. And then she said she left work with other notaries, and it had went bad because they didn't know what they were doing. So I don't just leave my work with everybody. Ben Reality said, what was the first document you notarized? I believe it was a school note. I think it was a school note, if I'm not mistaken. Just a quick little school note. It's called a school school affidavit, a residency form, and they're confirming that the owner of the property actually lives in the school district. You'll get that a lot during the school time. A lot, you'll see that form. And actually, one of our notaries in mentorship, shout out to Bernice. Now, Bernice, I'm actually saying it. Bernice made some beautiful flyers around school time. This year, back to school flyers, they were amazing to advertise. So guys, I do have to get out of here. I'm gonna wrap up. I was trying to get out the sun when I walked right into it. But on behalf of Notary Educators, I'm gonna see y'all around. Oh, you're so welcome, everybody. NotaryEducators.com. I will see you in mentorship over in the chat or back here on YouTube. Okay, have a great weekend. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit notaryeducatorsllc.com.